Hi there, my name is Ed, and I'm a slow sewing friend. Not necessarily because I have a slow fashion passion, I'm just slow at my hobby. In this video, I'm going to tell you what I made, or at least what I finished, in the month of June. The first thing I made, it's not necessarily the tragedy of my life, but the first thing I finished, and I cut out this pattern in May, and I know I did some work on it in May. Pair of SEAMWORK NOLAN pants, and I did a toile. I used this fabric as a toile. I did it inside out. I tried the top down center out method, which is basically my first time ever fitting pants, so I had a difficult time with that, and I don't know if that difficulty is relative to the difficulty I would have had if I had not done that method. Anyways, the real tragedy with these is that they don't fit because I made them a size to 2 sizes too big. I cut a size 24. Then I tried to sew a size 22 by increasing all of the seam allowances. And then I realized I probably actually need a size 20 graded to a size 18 in some areas. So these pants look stupid on me because they don't fit. And once I realized that, I continued to make them. So they have a full zip. I did a button. I did the zip thing. I did the zip thing. And it was a learning experience. I followed the instructions. That was great. That's really one of my strengths, is following directions. So that was fine. But now I have to figure out what to do with these pants that are essentially 2 sizes too big and don't really fit. I didn't put in the belt loops. The fitting adjustments I made, I took a 1/2 inch out of the outseam at the top on the sides of each pant leg, and then I took 2 inches from the length because they're drafted for someone who's 5'8", and I'm not 5'8". So they were a good sew. They just don't fit, and it's so sad. The fabric is a canvas fabric I got on clearance at Joann's, and when I first got it, I don't think I was super into it, and then I kept sewing these pants. I was like, oh no, I really do like this fabric, and I can't wait to have these cute patterned canvas pants that I can wear. No, you're not going to have them. You're not going to wear them. They're not for you. So if you need a pair of SEAMWORK NOLAN pants, let me know. I will send them to you. After sewing the NOLAN pants, which was pretty involved and overall disappointing because I won't get to wear them, I did need a bit of a palette cleanser, so I sewed up the HELEN'S Closet Luna tank in this really funky, wavy checkerboard print. It's a double brushed poly. I got the fabric at Fabric Hustler when they were having a sale. I think it was $5 a yard. Love that. This is the, this is the 4th Luna tank I've sewn up, and the 2nd one that I have for myself. I really like this pattern. It is a really fun, swingy tank. I like sewing up the longer version. It hits me at a nice spot, so hopefully I will get to continue making it. I am going to size down on my next ones though, because I find that the 20, I think I made a 20-22 size, and sometimes the shoulder straps are just a little too wide and can slide. They can weirdly remove themselves from my shoulders. And, okay, let's see if I can do this. Look at that. Can you see that? Look at that. That's my cover stitch. That's my cover stitch machine. It works. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? It works. I figured it out. Ah, yay. I made this tank as part of a matching set, and I think it's so cute. I can't decide if it's completely pajamas or if it's funky enough that it like counts as I can wear this out of the house. And I have worn it out of the house, so I guess that tells you right there where I think it lands. But I made it with the Helen's Closet Luna tank, and then the pants I did the Jennifer Stern Designs Easy Fit yoga pants that I made some adjustments on to make them wide leg. Next on my palette cleanser adventure is actually the shirt that I'm wearing. This is the True Bias Jessie tee. It is a cropped t-shirt, and I was really looking for something that I could wear with some high-waisted wide leg pants. And I'm actually going to talk a little more about those specific pants in just a few minutes. But I just find pairing things with high-waisted pants really difficult. So I wanted some cropped things that would look really cute with casual high-waisted pants. And this Jessie t-shirt is free from True Bias. I think you have to sign up for their newsletter. And it's a super easy pattern. If I make it again, there's definitely some changes I would make. It ends up being quite big. The sleeves are, they're really long, they're huge, and it's short. I know I said cropped, but I would probably add a couple inches to the bottom of this. It still ends up being really boxy at the sides, but I would definitely lengthen it a little bit. And I may even size down 1 or 2 sizes because it ends up being super big and boxy, which is fantastic if that's the look you're going for. But I just wanted big and boxy, not super big and boxy. In the Jessie tee, I made a size 22. And it does come in a longer length. I just made the crop length. I think the longer length is too long and the cropped length is too short. So I will baby bear Goldilocks myself in the middle to find just the right length on this top. I made it in a Pop Fabrics interlock jersey that I got on clearance from Joann's. I actually really like this pattern. I have a Love Notions Laundry Day tee dress in this as well. That's just a little bit too short, and I think I'm going to have to repurpose into a shirt. But I feel so happy and cheery when I wear this pattern. So I'm a big fan. Happy fabric, happy price. I love it. The last thing that I finished sewing in June is an OLYA shirt in whatever kind of fabric this is. It's kind of a colorful plaid. When I look at it up close, it looks like Easter, but then when I look at it far away, it looks like rainbows. So I was pretty happy that I finished it in June and I was able to wear it as a Pride shirt. But I sewed a button-up shirt, and it's my 3rd button-up shirt that I've sewn. I went to the Tomcat Stitchery shirt making class with Whitney, and it was hugely informative. Obviously recommend all of her content and classes basically from now until forever. But it did make sewing this, I wouldn't say easy, but I felt informed. And the instructions that are included in the pattern are, I don't want to say not good, there's just a sew along that's way more helpful than those instructions. And I was wanting to make this as kind of a wearable test version of this pattern. And there are some things that I would certainly change. When I did that shirt making class with Whitney, we went through and did measurements and toiles and fitting to see what some of those adjustments that you should make for your own body are. And one of my adjustments was to shorten the sleeves. And I did not do that on this OLYA shirt. And I can't tell. I'm not sure if it was hubris or if I just forgot that I did that adjustment on the last shirt I made. But yeah, the sleeves are really long, so I only wear them rolled up, which is typical. I am a more casual person than maybe a full button-up with long sleeves would imply for my own personal style, so I do like rolling the sleeves just to be a bit more casual. But yeah, they're like long. I should have shortened them, and now I know. I also would not have put in the pockets. In this fabric like really just doesn't have the structure to hold pockets, to like maintain pockets. Also, I'm not someone that's like gunning for like boob pockets. Maybe they're functional for other people, but for me, I just don't need pockets on my boobs. So the next time I make this, I will omit the pockets, shorten the sleeves, likely size down, and use a different interfacing. I think I used just one level too heavy interfacing for this particular fabric. For a different kind of fabric, I think it'd be totally fine. But I made a button-up shirt. So let's focus on the positive, which is that I made a button-up shirt. I did a placket? Did a placket, and it doesn't completely suck. There are pleats, and I did that. All of the seams are flat felled, so also very cool. I did the collar on the bias. I did the back yoke on the bias, but the inner lining just on grain. And then I did the top button placket on the bias as well. So lots of fun things. Oh, and I did a bias bound hem. I did a bias bound hem, and it was a minor disaster because I basically couldn't math at the time, and so I calculated a seam allowance and then sewed it at a slightly larger seam allowance, which meant that the whole like fold over to the other side of the shirt to like do the actual hemming was really difficult, and I don't know how well the hem is actually going to hold up in the wash. I made a size 22 in the OLYA shirt. This is a fairly oversized shirt, so do check the finished garment measurements as well. I made this in, I think it's a rayon. I got it a while ago on sale at Joann's, and there were 3 different fabrics that all had kind of similar colorings, and they were all part of their Platitudes line. I think they're all a rayon and maybe a rayon cotton, unknown. Anyways, they were on sale for a deal, and so I got a bunch of them, and so now I have like 8 yards of these fabrics that I need to at some point turn into something. And so I'm just thinking we'll just sew through button-up shirts in this same kind of fabric to see which one I like the most. The last thing I worked on in June that I'm hoping will come to full fruition in July is a pants pattern. There is this style of pants. I think it's like a power chill, high-waisted, wide leg pant from Old Navy, and I have like 3 or 4 pairs of them, and I love them. They're so comfy. I just wear through them in a week, and then they go in the wash, and then they come back out, and I want to wear them again. I really like them. They're the pants that I need crop tops for, like cropped shirts for, because I think they look nice together. I mean, nice as my loungewear really gets. But I always have this fear that once I find something I like, and once I wear through the ones that I have, I won't be able to get that style or that garment again. And it's something, it's an actual fear. It has been actualized in my life. It has happened. So it's not like I'm, projecting some terrible future catastrophe. Okay, I'm making this sound like a disaster. It's not a disaster if I can't find like this one pair of pants at Old Navy. But I waited until there was a sale on at Old Navy, and I ordered these pants in a color that I would never wear, so that I could cut them up and trace around them and make a pattern of these pants, so I can just make them in whatever fabric I want. I mean, not whatever fabric, but that I can just make them when I want more. So I'm excited about that. That's not something I've done before, and I know I've seen a lot of other makers and sewists copy ready-to-wear garment patterns by, I think it's called by doing a rub-off method, where you kind of try and lay it out while it's still sewn up and trace the pattern pieces. I'm just not great at that, so I decided to invest $11-ish for these on sale pants and just cut them up and make a pattern on tracing paper. So hopefully that works out, and hopefully in about a month's time I will have some kind of test garment to show you that we can ooh and ah over and pick apart all of the mistakes, and I'm sure that'll be really fun for all of us. Including me, me too, all of us. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope that you get some amazing sewing done in July, and I'll see you next time. Bye. SEAMWORK NOLAN trousers. Trousers? What are you, British? They're just pants. You just say pants. What am I doing? How do you show this to people? Placket?